Okay, we got take two. Chris, you good there? Roll!
Recording. All right, where are we? Block 5. What are some of the scariest moments that you have you ever been assaulted, jumped, mugged, arrested? Has the club ever been raided or suddenly shut down without warning? What did you do? How did that make you feel?
Yeah, I've been in a club where they've been raided. It was the DJ booth was on the second story of the club, and we had a back door. I could see I was over the stage actually, and there was a hallway coming from the back room, and all at once I just seen guys in black, the ski mask, the hockey mask, the whole nine, just coming in, and I thought we were getting hit. I didn't think it was a raid, So I was like, oh fuck, here we go. And before I could even turn to my left, I had a gun to my head, down on the ground. I mean, they were on us like that. And the reason why we got raided was prostitution up in the VIP room. And at this club, the VIP rooms were right next to the DJ booth, so I was double duty. I was VIP guy and the DJ. So I had to hold the money for the VIP. Marked money. I had the money on me. So yeah, I've actually gotten charged for being a pimp. that was my the exact charge was deriving proceeds for prostitution was the charge. So, but yeah, they took this was back when we were still using CDs in the club. So they went through every one of my CDs. They didn't do it, and I had a wall of CDs. They just took them, threw them on the ground, crashed everything, just went crazy, man. But took a lot of the girls down, some of the customers for having paraphernalia and shit like that. So yeah, I've been raided, never been mugged. Yeah, I think raided would be the only thing that's ever bad that's happened to me.
Cool.
Spent 2 nights in jail for it.
Fuck.
And the club owner came and got me out. So
there's a story somebody was telling us where they sent a limo to pick up the DJ and like 4 of the girls right after they just got raided. I think it was
when Michael J. Peters had the club raided.
Yeah, so, I remember that story.
Fort Lauderdale PD was being dicks to them the entire time, and the next thing you know, they get bailed out by the owner. Big ass limo comes, the DJ, all the girls, the owner's there, bottles of fucking champagne, moonroof open, and they're all
I
fucking
forget who the DJ was, but I remember that. I remember that story. Yeah. Again, Broward clubs,
Yeah. Have you ever been fired for no good or a really stupid reason? If so, can you tell us?
I'm trying to think. Trying to think of a stupid reason if I've ever gotten fired. Yeah, stupid reasons. I mean, I worked for a guy who just was like beyond ridiculous. I mean, this guy was like, he's an old man. He, if you played the wrong song, you were gone. I mean, literally, without warning. Just if it wasn't up to his standards of what it should be. But then the next day you could play that song again and he wouldn't have even remembered. Like I've literally played a song because he had a certain set of music that he liked, so you always had to find. He would never give you what it was that he wanted, and he would just he would say what he wanted, and show tunes was what he said. I want show tunes. Okay, so what are show tunes? I've been with you 11 years. What are show tunes? You still haven't told me. Well, if you don't know what show tunes is, you don't need to work. Okay. So I played something for a year straight for somebody, and one day he'll just be in a bad mood or something, or forget. What did he do? One time he wrote. Oh, he had a. You have your. If there's over 10 girls, you run 2 stages or whatever the club's thing. So if it was 11 girls, 2 stages, 21 girls, I think 3 stages, something like that, if I remember correctly. And there would always be an argument. Well, you said 10, and you said 11, and you said... So finally he took and he wrote on the piece of paper. He wrote it in his own handwriting. Hang this up in the DJ booth. I want all the DJs to see it. Boom. his handwriting, he signed it. Boom, per owner. You know, it's there. Later on that night, why don't you have 2? Because look at the list. It says 11 girls. There's only 9. I didn't write that. What are you talking about? Are you serious? This is your signature. You must have signed that. I didn't write it. So.
Do you remember that night that I had that blowout and I called you?
Oh yeah.
Tell us that story.
See, I can't get mad at him like you say. You get mad at those DJs who don't show up, or they call you in the middle of a shift and hey, something came up, or you know, shit like that. I couldn't get mad at Richard because I knew the circumstances of the club. But I'm at home. I forget what I was doing, watching a movie, hanging out with the family, doing something. And I get a call from Richard. You got 20 minutes because I'm in North Miami Beach. He's working down in South Beach. You got 20 minutes to get here. I'm walking out. Hello? Like, really? And this is my partner. This is my friend. You know, we hang out outside. I'm like, okay, what the fuck's going on? So of course, I have to get dressed, go down to the club. He left. He has a CD just playing, you know. What happened? I don't know. Richard fucking blew up again. This is the only guy. Hold on. This is the only fucking guy. Get your ass over here. This is the only fucking guy that can get fired from a club, I don't know how many times, and be welcomed back the next fucking day.
I get treated better than some of the managers there.
And I mean, like, and not just welcome back, like VIP treatment. Get him a bottle. He's a, you know, fucking, what are you doing for work these days? You mean since yesterday, since you fired me? Or since I walked out on you? Like, yeah, you want to come back to work? Like, I don't know how. I've seen it happen 20 times with this guy. This guy, 20 different times, he's gotten thrown out of the club, bounced out, fucking, you name it. He's left the club on the worst circumstances. Had a hair up his ass, he was on his period, whatever, he fucking just took off out of the club. Didn't even leave a CD playing. Said, fuck you, that's my CD, you ain't getting that, you know? Like, just left, dead air. Next day, hey Richard, how come you didn't show up for work today?
Wow.
Like, this guy, he's fucking, I don't know what he does, man.
Oh, that's great.
That's the guy to be around right there. He's got it fucking blooming, man.
Fucking blooper, man. I say that shit too.
Fucking blooming. This guy.
Alright, Block 6. Explain a bit, if you're open to it, how tip out works. How did you get paid?
I worked at some clubs where you got hourly and tip out. Which was so good. When Deja Vu was still open, they were corporate and we were getting a paycheck every week. What were we getting like?
We were getting like 7, 8 an hour.
No, man.
When, not yet.
Well, that was when you left.
Because it was
When I left, it was
the minimum
it was
wage at the
11.
time was like $5.
We were getting
11.
Like we were
8
getting
or 9 or 7.
I remember getting 11 an hour.
Really?
And yeah, we were getting 11 an hour plus tip out. And I'm not tooting my own horn here, but I was always the DJ that got along, you know, with the girl. I mean, there was girls, of course, you didn't get along with. That's everybody. But you get lazy DJs, man, who don't want to look up a song for a girl, or look up now because of the internet, or didn't want to play a certain song for girls. I mean, if it was within the club, if it didn't bring the mood down, and you know, I'd play the song, because if she made money out, because back in the days you might have had a slow song. Like now everything's upbeat. You don't bring the fucking show down at all. But I mean, come on, like I can't even think of a song now. Like maybe a Portishead song or a 9 Inch Nails song. You get the right girl to dance to that song, and it's fucking sexy. Fuck you, man. You know, she's making money off that. You're fucking damn right. I mean, to me, it doesn't bring the mood down. You play that one song, her third song. I used to have a chick. I don't remember what was the Madonna song. Was it Erotic?
Human Nature? Or Erotica?
It was either Human Nature or Erotic. I don't know. It was one of the slow ones. She would take her. She's a sexy chick, by the way. I mean, just banging, sexy, badass. She was a lesbian too. Straight hardcore Alex. Straight hardcore lesbian. Short blonde hair. Like, I mean, short, like blonde.
Like tank girl blonde.
Yeah.
Like skinhead fucking tank girl.
No, not Amber Rose short, but like she had some hair, but it was combed, and you know you see the dark roots coming. Bad.
Like
bitch.
Rocky IV wife. Russian
Yeah,
type
you know, like
hair.
just short, blonde, sexy. She was thick, natural boobs, and she would dance to one of her third song was the Madonna song, and she would take her panties off and blindfold herself with her panties tie her with her back to the pole, tie her panties, around her. This was back when it was, innovating. Now it's like nothing. But she'd do that, and she'd stay tied to the pole the whole time with her eyes blindfolded and tied, playing with herself, feeling herself, whatever. You get that right song, that attitude, that performance. Fuck that, man. That performance was the shit, and it didn't bring down the show. Now you get some girls, nowadays it's like, I don't even know. You know your DJs. You get the wrong song and then play me some Lil Wayne shit. Play me so I can throw some gang signs on stage. I had a girl do that. Oh my god! I had a girl start stacking on stage, stacking his gang signs and all that shit. She's up there like crip walking and doing all this, and like some shit almost broke out because she was this little skinny white girl who was just trying to be down, and she starts stacking and throwing gang signs, and these thugs are in the crowd. And they're like, "What's this bitch doing? She ain't from our set." So, but yeah, you can definitely instigate some bad shit with the wrong music. I totally forgot what the question was.
That's good because that's going into the fucking.
How do you get paid? That was the question.
Oh, okay. How the fuck did I get on that? How do we get paid? Oh yeah, because we were talking about the check and yeah, like back in the days we used to get a check and tip out. Then checks were just eliminated. I don't know if it's you do get it in any clubs now, but not that I know of. It's just tip out. You get it's supposed to be a minimum 10 or 10% depending on the club, how they do it. Some clubs work with if you sell X amount of champagne rooms, you get a cut of that. So there's different varieties of way of getting paid in the club, but the main one is just tip out.
Cool. Yeah, as of far as I know, only really Tootsie's and maybe Monroe's the guys get tip out and paychecks.
Oh, do they still at Tootsie's?
Yeah, well now they do because they're corporate.
Okay.
When I worked in California, there was $8 an hour minimum wage plus optional tip out. So if the girl didn't want to tip you, she didn't have to.
Fuck that. And that also brings up if you're just getting tipped out from the girls, and you got these girls for whatever reason, and you've seen her make money. You have a copy of the list of the VIP room, champagne room, whatever, lap dances. You know she made money, and she still wants to come to you and says, "I can't give you $10." Come on, really? That's the dumb shit that's killing the business, Then, of course, you don't have a manager or a floor guy to back you because, for whatever reason, he's getting tipped out more. That's why you can't get your tip, because he's getting your portion, or they're fucking the girl or whatever. It's just, there's a lot of behind the scenes shit that, thank God you guys are doing this documentary, and it comes out because I've always wanted to tell some of the shit, but yeah. Tip out is the main source of
I can skip the next one because he covered that. How does it make you feel to work on holidays, weekends without getting any tax refunds, no 401k, no retirement, no SSI?
It's gonna sound like a dick thing to say, but I really didn't ever have a problem with it because I was making so much money. So at the time, you're just like, "Gives a fuck, I'm making so. Why are you gonna complain? Why rock the boat?" I never really cared. I mean, now you wish. Now when you're in the stages of your retirement or whatever, or you got some guys that might be disabled, and can't work anymore, or whatever, you wish you would have had that, But it sucks. It is. Save your money. Save your fucking money.
Okay. You're right here. And then one more block, and then that's it.
I like this one.
How do your friends and people see you when you're paying in all cash with no real proof of income? Do they think you're a criminal? What are some of the stories that you tell them?
I think me and you always had the same story.
Yeah, and then also, we'll finish that and we'll get into the last part because you got to ask them about, like, when buying a house and the car and all that. Is that in there?
Yeah, it's right here.
Okay. Let them answer that first and then go back to this one.
What are some of the stories I've told, or what do people think when I show up with that big wad of money the next day or something? Yeah, usually you try to cash out, but you still got that wad, or sometimes you're just too lazy, or you've had such a bad night you want to leave and you got a fucking wad of singles like this. Sometimes I did it on purpose just to be a dick. Go to the store just to come up with a new way of coming up with stories. But I know me and him always had the male stripper thing we'd always say. I'd always come up with, you know, like, especially you got an attractive girl like at the checkout, you know, or something like that. She, you know, she don't want to say anything, but she gives you the look. I'll just put it out there. I'm a stripper. You know, I'm like, why don't you come see me tonight at you know, so and so's or stupid shit. That's when I had a body that I could pretend I was a male stripper too. But or I just come up with some like illegal. Oh God, me and him, we were.
And when you say him, you're saying Richard.
Richard, I'm sorry. Me and
Or
Richard.
Blubin.
Blubin. Richard, the fucking guy that can't be fired. We always had this thing where, like, whenever we're together, we vibe off each other. Like, we could be in an elevator. We get in an elevator with people, and I might break out, you know, my wad, or he might break out his wad, just start counting or something like that. And he could just say something, and right along, I pick up right with him. Or I'd say something, and he picks up. So, like, he could break out at the register, break out his wad, and be like, by the way, Santiago didn't put the shipment in this week. And I'll be like, the fuck is this? Break out my phone. What the fuck? Santiago, what the fuck is, you know, we'll come up with some big drug fucking thing. And people you see people slowly backing away, you know, like, okay, I'm not fucking with it. We just come up with funny fucking stories of how you get your money. Because people do give you that look when you break out that, yeah. Or when you go to pay cash for something and it's like fucking all hundreds, or, you know, like fucking, yeah, you can, if you got a sense of humor, you come up with funny stories on how do you get your money.
Nice.
God damn, that sun just keeps reminding me.
We're almost finished.
Explain if it pertains to you about not getting a real paycheck, not being considered having a real job when you're trying to buy a house, a new car, apartment, something like that.
Wait, say it again?
Explain how not having a paycheck may not be considered having a real job to others, like when you're trying to buy a car or buy a house or rent an apartment.
To show that you have something.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that goes back into paying cash for everything. Yeah, it's just not looked on. I mean, as much as we tell the funny stories of drug deals, and that's the persona you get. You know, people look at you like, oh, he's a drug dealer. We don't want to do business with him. You know, we don't want to give him a loan, or we don't want to do. You know, yeah, it can fuck you up.
You want to take a break?
What's that?
Is the sun?
Oh, sorry, I'm putting my hand up.
Yeah. You want to take a break? You good?
No, I guess I'm good. I really don't even know how to answer that one because I've never really fucked with shit like that. But
That's cool. Well, this is the last block anyway, block 7.
Got like 3 more questions, and then we'll have like some random fun shit, and then we're done.
How have things really changed within the last several years? Like, has the internet with Facebook, Instagram, other social media made things better or worse?
I'd like to say, I'm guessing it's made it. I never really used it for when I was DJing. I didn't, you know, I guess every now and then I come see me at whatever, but I guess it can't hurt to promote Twitter and stuff like that, you know, or Facebook, put your advertisements up, or, yeah, I don't think, I would imagine it would help. I could be wrong, you know.
Can you explain what Panda, what the Planet Platypus Network, what the DJ Expos, or any other groups or forums where DJs now meet and stay in contact with each other?
Can I explain what?
Can you explain what they are? Do you know what they are?
Only from what he tells me. I'm not in the Richard. I'm not in the that circle right now.
That's cool. Well, if you were still doing it, how long would you see yourself still being a DJ? Or if you still can jump back into it, how long would you do it for?
Well, spoiler alert. I'm coming back. No. How long would I be? I mean,
When you were in the business, how long did you think you were gonna be doing this for?
well, maybe I'm the only stupid one. No, I know I'm not. But back then, like I said, save your money, because we didn't think like that. It was all about the going out of town or spoiling your women and kids or cars and fancy and jewelry and this and that. You know, you always saw yourself as just doing it. You know, but reality does strike. Some things. You know, I have diabetes and I can't stand on my feet all night, which is, you know, the big reason I don't do it anymore. I can't be on my feet 12 hours a night. I come home and my legs are swollen like this, you know. So I would imagine you'd always see yourself, or maybe somebody has a plan. Maybe, you know, there's certain DJs that say, okay, I'm saving my money, which good for you, and you're out at a certain time. That's the best option. I've seen DJs and I know DJs in clubs that are like the old guy, you know, and I would we would talk about me and Richard. We'd always be like, we don't want to be that guy, you know, like you're 60 something years old and you look like the old surfer bum, you know, you're in there like, or the old rock legend.
Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, you know, you're dying out. Like, come on, man, you know. Yeah, I would imagine if you got a plan, man, instigate it and save that money and get out. But I guess I was one of the idiots and always thought I could always just keep doing it. I didn't want to, but figured if I had to, I could, you know.
All right. Are there any last words that you want to tell anybody that wants to get into this business?
I think I've said it 10 times over, man. Save your money. Save your money. It can be a fun business. If you're a single guy, you can have all the fun in the world with it. I mean, but again, times are different, you know? The days of the rock star DJ are gone. And it's to me, it's just not as fun anymore. So on that level, it can be fun. And it can't be fun. It can be stressful. I mean, stress played a big part in my diabetes too, you know? It sounds funny to say like, how could a DJ get that stressed out that it really affected his health? I know DJs that have had strokes and heart attacks and, you know, just bad health problems just because of the stress. It really can mess with you. So it's a hard thing to say. I would never try to knock nobody for following their dream. You want to be a DJ? Hey, I mean, a strip club DJ, if that's your dream, go for it. Live your dream. Be the best, you know, strip club DJ you can be. Save your money. But yeah, I don't knock nobody for following my dream. But it has a very dark side to it. This strip club thing has a very, very dark side to it.
You know, 9 out of 10 DJs that we've asked,
And there's your
all
trail.
said, we got into this by pure dumb luck or by accident. I wasn't even expecting it. Next thing you know, I'm in a strip club DJ.
Yeah, like me, you know. Like I was fine being a club DJ. That was my shit. As a matter of fact, I still love club DJing over street. It's the money. That fucking money gets you, man. It sounds fucking shitty, but it's the truth. That's for everybody that I know. I can't even say for me because I know, like, for everybody that I know. Like, I'm sorry, Richard. How many times have you left it? Went back to it because he's always been known as the guy. We used to tease him.
Michael Corleone.
That whenever he needed something, I'll just go DJ, you know, for 3 months. And whether when he was doing his music, if he needed a piece of music equipment, a certain keyboard, a drum machine, whatever, I'll go work for 3 months. And then he had his studio. So, and then he'd go back to doing whatever. Oh, well, you know what? I got to get my car fixed. Let me go DJ. And, you know, it's that fucking, when you know that money's there nightly and you can make a couple hundred a night, shit, it's hard.
One more question. This is the fun one. Give me a list of most cliche or your typical everyday stripper names that you've heard, and some of the weird ones.
Some of the random, dumb, and some of the cliche
Man,
shit.
if you gave me time, I could come up with some good ones.
All
Off
the
the top
ones
of
that
my
are named
head.
after cars.
If you
jewelry,
either go
liquors.
to, I think nowadays they just drive by the liquor store or a car lot and come up with their names. Alizé, Hennessy, Chevrolet, fucking, you know, like Lexus, Mercedes, like, I don't know. I mean, wow, what are some of the, I know I've heard some fucked up ones. I had to have, because I've heard so many. Off the top of my head, I can't think of it.
You know, I worked with a girl in California. Her stage name was Mercedes. Her real name on her driver's license was Porsche.
Man,
Do you miss it?
What's that?
Do you miss it?
Yeah. It's addicting. It sounds funny because you know, when I say it, you're like, you're a fucking DJ. What do you mean? It's an adrenaline rush. It is. It's a fucking high, man. It's a high. I mean, I've been on stage performing. I've been on stage DJing. I've been in nightclubs DJing. You know, and it's that feedback you get from the crowd, or just even in a strip club, just being on the mic, even if you don't have a hyped up crowd, it's an empowerment. You know, you feel like God in that booth, like. And I used to fuck with people, like, say, like, the end of the night, I mean, it's just a funny story, sorry to get off the subject. You see somebody passed out, you've seen me do it 100 times. You see somebody passed out in the club, I'd cut the volume on the mic. And I'd be like, you know, ask his friends, hey, what's his name? John, you know, and with the bass in your voice, John. This is God speaking, John. You know, and they're drunk, so you know I'd fuck with people. You feel like God. It's a high. It's fun. Do I miss it? Yeah. Yep. I keep telling myself I'm gonna go back, and then I remind myself of why I'm left. So it's like an inner struggle with me. It's like I want to go back, but I can't go back. I want to go back. Is it the money? Yes. Is it just being there every night in the club? It does become your family. As dysfunctional as it is, it does become your fucking family. There's people that I fucking hate in the clubs that I know if I went back I would see, but I would welcome that just to be like, I'm back, you know? Like,
How long have you been out of it?
a good year.
Oh, okay.
How fucked up is that?
Yeah.
Only a year and I'm already like jonesing.
You
That's
got
it.
anything
Yeah.
else? Do me a favor. I need you to give me the line. Oh my God, there's a whole lot of misconceptions about this lifestyle. Just so I can throw it in the trailer.
Which one?
Like there's a huge misconception about what we do, or you know how people have their own
I
ideas
gave
of
you
what
that
we
good
do.
one. There's a dark side to this.
Dark side
Yeah.
misconceptions, whatever you want, because
There's
you know
a whole lot of misconceptions about this business.
yeah, because you know how people always think, oh, you don't do nothing.
Oh,
What do you
yeah,
do?
yeah, okay,
you know,
okay,
like
yeah.
tell us how people.
No,
portray us.
not only that. You always got that friend or a friend introduces you to another friend. Oh, he works at so and so club, the strip club, and you're like, yeah. You're like, oh my God, you got the best job in the world. Do you know how many fucking times I hear I have the best job in the world? There's so many misconceptions about this job. Like I said, there's a dark side to this job. It is a job. Don't let it fool you. It's a hangout. It's fun. You're playing music. You're fucking around with girls and you're seeing naked chicks. Well, that gets old, but you know, there's a big misconception about this business and what it really is. There's a underbelly to it. So
You want to bring up the whole relationship thing?
Yeah, that's
Would you say that this job is rough and tough on relationships if you try to keep one? And so
Yeah.
you want to talk a little bit
Yeah,
about
and that goes-
and then we'll be done.
it is rough and tough on a relationship, both ways, for a dancer and a DJ. There's that trust thing. I mean, again, I gave the advice earlier: don't date a dancer or don't get in a relationship because I've made the mistake. And even though at the time I still had the rule, don't date a dancer, but there's that one that comes along that just fucking, and she don't even have to be a bad bitch. She might talk to you like you don't get at home, or you know what I mean. And that they're good at their job. They know what they're doing. That's what they're there to do. That's the fantasy. You go to it to get what you don't get at home. So it's hard. You fall into it. You get in a relationship, and then you see her go up in the VIP room with a guy, and you're like, wonder what she's doing. You know, like what? And then
really
you see movement going around in the VIP room. And you just got done with your friends talking. Look, she's jerking a guy off in the VIP. Well, wait, now my girl's up there in the VIP. That's not cool, you know. And vice versa with the dancers. They see you messing around with other. Well, why hasn't she been on stage? Are you fucking her? And why was she in the DJ booth for so long? She's picking out a song, or she's tipping me out, or she's, you know. You get every line from a girl, or and then your wife or your girlfriend at home. Oh, you must be fucking around because you came home late, a half an hour late. There was a skybox, or there was a VIP that I couldn't get out of, or this fucking girl didn't want to give me my $10 and I had to chase her around the club and she made me wait, and you know, or just the manager had me in the office, or there was an impromptu meeting, or it's hard. It's hard on the relationships, man, from every angle, from a dancer, from a DJ, from a floor guy, manager. Everybody thinks you're screwing around because of what the business is, you know. So it is. It's really hard. Very, very hard.
Would you rather lug around crates of records like we did back in the old days, or have a hard drive in your back pocket?
You're asking me that one for a reason, because I'm a vinyl guy. Now, that doesn't say vinyl doesn't belong in strip clubs, but for spinning, if you're talking about spinning, I'm a vinyl guy. Thank God for Serato. You get the luxury of vinyl without carrying the crates, because I mean I have scars from crates, but yeah, the hard drive. You didn't hear that from me? No. that it's easier in the digital age. It's so much easier. If you can give me something like Serato did, where I have the hands-on vinyl experience and vinyl feel, and because I'm a scratching DJ and stuff like that, then so be it. But if Serato would have never came around, or Tractor, or these other programs that you don't have the hands-on, then fuck that. I keep my vinyl, which I still do. I have all my vinyl. So
Nice.
I think we're done.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to say?
Chris, thank you very much.
Anything else?
no, I was gonna tell a story before.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me stop this because it's at a 30-minute
I
mark.
mean, it's not an important story.
No, no.